Inhale, deep, silent, slow. You bypass the body. Hold the breath inside the heart. Shantoham. The intellect is aware of the two things. The mind is moving inside with constant awareness of the infinite space. Release the breath. Now we bypass the breath. Leave the breath as it is. You have bypassed the body and the breath. Continue to move the mind. I'm merging the next step. Continue to move the mind with a normal breathing, that steadiness in the body, inside the heart. Look at the space. Shantoham. Mind is still moving. No worries. Let the mind, you're moving. Okay. Move inside with the power of discernment and dispassion. No, mind has lot of thoughts. Where comes the dispassion then? Why you're not applying it? I'm with you. Continue. Shantoham. Discernment, dispassion. The mind moves naturally within. If there is any object, attachment, I believe you are all are understanding. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand. Your mind on the left hand. Raise both your palms gently. Place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. So you see the space, and then you have your experience that you can translate into thought. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences now. How are you, David and Jerry?
Very nice, very quick. My during the quick breathing, my body temperature was very, very elevated. And then noticeably when we went into the holding breath, it dropped significantly and continued that way. And particularly in the last thing we did, the space was just deep and cold and
Good.
endless. It was wonderful.
Endless. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm doing well. Right from when you said a split second, close the eyes, and I was in that space.
Good.
With the mantra, the space was just this good space. It felt illuminated and joyful, and so the mantra just brings that element of I don't know, freedom almost, and just such a light. And that kind of just stayed with me through the practice. And
You
the whole practice, that hour went by very fast.
very. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. How are you, Lara?
I am good. I apologize for being a few minutes late. I was with a client right before, and we were actually doing the quick, fast breathing because it's something that I practice with him. And so it was interesting. So I'd done it and my body temperature had gotten really hot. And then when we did it again, it's kind of remained neutral, but I watched my mind and had a lot of fluctuations of like random thoughts kind of going through the mind. So that was kind of fun just to watch it and be like, okay, non-attachment, just
Yeah.
watch it go. And then the, we were starting to slow the breath down and holding the breath. I noticed that we were holding longer towards the end. So I was watching that happen, and it was fun to watch the mind because there was a lot of color at one point, and then it just got one color. So it quieted, and then being in that, and then when we were in the heart at the end, it was really beautiful, and it was super quick, and being able to be present and still watch what's going on without judging and getting into that. So really practicing the discernment and dispassion with it.
Yes. That is beautiful. You will discover that during this practice, when we apply the discernment and dispassion, we find the mind is still running, but we are not affected by it. So when you are not affected, it will change into different colors, different visions. And ultimately, mind says, now I am defeated by you. So whatever you say, I will do it. So let the time come. Beautiful. How are you, Christina?
Thank you for that. I enjoy the breath work because, or for me, every time it's just overcoming a challenge from my past, and that's something that I've been practicing every day of overcoming past challenges. And I've noticed for months, whenever you begin a mantra, I thought that maybe I've never said anything because every single time I just get a flush of light and a flush of just exulting any anxiety or something that maybe I was holding on into in my neck or in my lower, wherever in my body I was holding on to something. It is like a breath of fresh air, and I'm not feeling any air. So I've
Good.
just been able to connect my mind and calm present moment to the mantras. And I just wanted to say thank you for, I've never
Good.
expressed that.
Good,
So thank you.
good, beautiful. How are you, Webho?
So I'm very relaxed while doing this breathing exercise. Like while doing the chest breathing, I realized something that if I don't like if I was just doing that. This is the only moment that I'm doing it. I don't connect with the past moment. So even if I'm doing it for very long, it was look like that I am doing it over here only, and it doesn't look like that it's very long that I'm doing this thing. And then after that, when I'm just like breathing in that Shanto hum, so when I'm taking the breathing inside, and when they say that Shanto hum, I don't remember that when I'm breathing it out. So it was like
Yeah,
uh,
I could see. I think I used the word that now is the time to bypass the body and the breath. Now you are going deeper. So that is what you experience in a flash. So that is definitely an intense awareness deeper inside. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't see you, Terry and Ashok. How are you, Stephen?
I'm very, very good. First, I want to say thank you. It's the knowledge that you're giving me that has really allowed me to embrace this whole practice, and I noticed my own advancement. As you know, I've had a few challenges in the last 3 weeks or so, and the discernment and the dispassion, it's perfect timing, and I get it. I look at it as a three-legged piece that I have knowledge to discernment to dispassion, and without the knowledge, I can't get to the dispassion. I can't get to the discernment. I can't get to dispassion without the discernment. So I'm through this. So it's great, and thank you. I've been very, very focused for a long time on peace and happiness, and love and wisdom is my essential nature. I write it at the top of my diary every single day of what I'm going to focus in on. And today's experience was a little distracting to begin with because something happened that I've never had happen before. As soon as I put my fingers together and sat in that split second, as Jeree pointed out, I felt this tingling in my hands that just took this focus to my hands. And I knew that I'm trying to pull myself away from it, but it is as if it didn't want me to move away from it. And then as I sat there, I said, okay, this tingling is now getting more intense. And it got so intense in my hands that all of a sudden I felt an equal energy come through my hands, through my arms, into my heart. And then from there exploded up into my head, and I saw a bright golden light. And then the light, as much as it exploded out of me, it then came back into me and right down into my heart, and I completely settled into meditation. And I was just blown away by the experience. And I can't tell you anything after that because I was just in the space. So
First thing, the conclusion is that even if we have these variety of experiences, I'm not talking because if I talk of those others deeper experiences, what will happen? The mind will start imagining them in every practice of meditation. So now you have shared this experience. This tingling may become intense in any part of the body, can move into the entire body, can move anywhere inside the heart or the head, and ultimately it settles down. So we need not to worry about it. That is why the teacher is required to make you settle. But one thing is sure, that in our practices that we are doing, there is no harm. So we will not think about we will not take the mind into those negative thoughts at all. So be very clear. It's a beautiful way of narrating. How are you, Sam?
I'm really good. The practice itself was very settling and quick and easy for me. Similarly to how at the beginning of the practice today, I was asking you about how to achieve dispassion when society is not cooperating or things around you are not cooperating. I'm also now thinking about how I've been settling myself within that, and it's generally by using the active breathing practice lately. So, for example, my roommates had a party last week. We had some people over on our patio, and there were 3 or 4 times where I just walked up, left everybody, went up into my room, and did the practice, the breathing practice, for like 5 minutes just to reset. I do that a lot now. But there are going to be times where you can't do that. So now the thought
Then
is, how do you
dispassion.
achieve that without it? Yeah, no, I know. It's all dispassion. Yeah.
So you see that people normally tell me, oh, how can I do the practice? You don't understand, the people around me, the world around me is so much crazy. How can you keep yourself aside? Because they are at a very primary level. But once we understand the powers of discernment and dispassion, we can definitely achieve that state. Beautiful narration, Howard. And yeah, Barbara. Yes, Barbara, and then we will go to Terry. Yes. And Sangeeta. Yes. I don't hear you, my friend.
Okay, now?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
now I can hear you.
Okay. I feel very good. As soon as I closed my eyes this time, I felt completely relaxed. And
Okay,
then
good.
I started seeing bursts of color, and particularly yellow. And I've never seen yellow before. I don't know if that means anything at all. But, and then I just felt like almost like I was stoned, like I couldn't move even if I wanted to. And in the end, when you said to concentrate on your right hand and the left hand, I wasn't sure that I could do it, but of course I did. And
That's
it
good.
was a wonderful
That's a
experience.
deeper experience, no doubt. No, very beautiful. And how are you, Terry? Is so active today.
Hello. I'm obviously I cannot hold still, so I was a little bit I was very distracted by I couldn't lose my awareness of the body because the body was moving around.
Yeah.
So my awareness of the space was mostly intellectual, I think, in the first part.
Very good.
Because of that, but it did help me to to think to know that, because I kept telling myself, so okay, just focus on that part and let their body just go, like just toss it away, because if it's not going to stop torturing you, who needs it, but
She's laughing. I like her. That's the reason. Understand, Terry, understand. I think I gave some hint about it, and understand it clearly, that we talked about discernment and then the dispassion, and still the misalignment is left because of the past impression. So your mind has already accumulated millions and billions of impression with the knowledge coming from the science, and also your personal experiences that the body is constantly moving because of this illness. So it is the mind is still the culprit. Can I separate myself from the body and the mind? So one day you do it successfully by default, and the body remains totally still. On the other day, you cannot do it because of the past impressions. And we are going closer. Continue. You will set a great example. I'm looking forward for it. So Sangeeta sent a love to Jerry. She said, he's more wonderful than me. Sangeeta,
सर बहुत बहुत पीसफुल था और सबसे ज्यादा सर जब मंत्र करते हैं तो बहुत अच्छी वाइब्रेशन आती हैं और ग्रेटिट्यूड बहुत फील होता
Gratitude. Yeah, she's filled with the gratitude,
gratitude
and she
and
likes
she
to do Soham as her mind moves again and again. Now tell me one question. Did you understand that I cannot afford, there is no choice in my life except to continue to live in peace, happiness, love, and wisdom? Clear? I'm just, out of just at a lighter moment, I'm saying it. Not, but you have to think over it. No, I'm very busy. I cannot attend this session. Can you afford peace and happiness? Do you have a choice? No, you don't have a choice. Why you miss? You have a choice to miss, but you don't have a choice for peace and happiness. Did you understand that? Do you have a choice to stop breathing while activity? That helps you to reach to the highest level of dispassion. Then this mind is constantly looking, aware that I cannot afford, I don't have a choice. So what? I will live into peace and happiness all the time. And that will come by the 6 treasures, 6 inner wealth, when we will understand that. Do you have any questions? So Sam, from today, let the roommates work on their mind. They are not working on their mind is working on them. So you start, let me work on my mind. Okay, they are doing it. Let me accept. Thank you very much. Bring them more drinks for them. but I've already answered you. So that is all for today. Thank you. We will meet on Saturday.
Girish, the talk on the Pradipika was great because I listened to it on my walk yesterday.
Which talk?
The Pradipika, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika that you did a couple days ago on YouTube. I watched, I listened.
My another friend has a lot of objections. So that friend was moving again to the popular notion of Hatha Yoga.
Yeah, it was fascinating it was fun for me to hear